Fire is a deadly destructive force. Fire-related property loss last year alone was estimated at $11 billion. The best way for the average person to be safe from fire is to prevent it from happening in the first place. However, in certain situations, a fire extinguisher can help you limit the damage a fire might cause by putting it out before it has a chance to grow out of control. Fire extinguishers are your first defense against fire. Before we talk in detail about fire extinguishers, let's talk about fire itself. You can think of fire as a three-part chemical reaction, or a triangle. The base of the triangle is fuel. Fires need some material to burn. One side of the triangle is heat. All fire is hot. The other side of the triangle is oxygen. Without oxygen, fire goes out. Fire extinguishers put fires out by taking one of the three parts out of the mix and interrupting the chemical reaction. Fire is very fast. In only 30 seconds, a small fire can grow completely out of control and engulf a room. Room temperature in a fire can be 100 degrees at the floor and up to 600 degrees at eye level. The best way to survive a fire is to have working smoke alarms and a quick, safe escape route. Knowing when and how to use a fire extinguisher is a matter of life and death. If you choose the wrong extinguisher or use it in the wrong circumstances, you could make a small fire worse, and you could be injured or even killed. No two fires are just alike. Fires burn, spread, and are extinguished depending on what is burning. Fires are separated into classes depending on what is burning, and fire extinguishers are designed to put out only a certain class or classes of fire. The classes of fire are A, B, C, D, and K. Class A fires are those in materials like wood, paper, trash, cloth, and other ordinary combustibles. These fires can be extinguished by either air-pressured water or dry chemical extinguishers. Class A extinguishers are labeled with the letter A inside a triangle and/or a picture of burning trash. Class B fires are fires of flammable liquids like oil, grease, gasoline, kerosene, and acetone. Using water on a Class B fire can spread the fire to a larger area, causing more damage or even injuries. Class B fires can be extinguished by either dry chemical extinguishers or carbon dioxide extinguishers. Class B extinguishers are labeled with the letter B inside a square and/or a picture of a burning gas can. Class C is the category for electrical fires, such as those in appliances or at electrical outlets. These fires can be extinguished by either dry chemical extinguishers or carbon dioxide extinguishers. Class C extinguishers are labeled with the letter C inside a circle and/or a picture of a burning electrical plug. Most homes are best protected by multi-purpose fire extinguishers. These extinguishers are called dry chemical extinguishers. Dry chemical extinguishers work by separating the fuel element of the fire from its oxygen supply. The agent inside the extinguisher coats the fuel with a thin layer of dust. It not only separates the fuel from the oxygen in the air, but it also interrupts the chemical reaction of fire. Multi-purpose dry chemical extinguishers are also called ABC extinguishers because they put out Class A, B, and C fires. These extinguishers are safe for use on ordinary combustible fires, like furniture or papers, on fires of flammable liquids like grease or nail polish remover, and on fires in electrical equipment. They are labeled with the A, B, and C emblems and/or the pictures associated with each type. In addition to the letter and picture symbols, fire extinguisher labels have numbers on them that tell the size of the fire the extinguisher can handle. The number with the letter A tells how much water or other extinguishing agent it holds. The number with the letter B tells approximately how many square feet of a flammable liquid fire the extinguisher will put out. The larger these two numbers are, the larger the fires they can be expected to put out. There is no number associated with the C on a label. The fourth class of fire is Class D. These fires are those in combustible metals, such as magnesium, titanium, potassium, sodium, and others. Class D extinguishers are necessary in laboratories and industrial areas where these metals are found. The metals burn at extremely high temperatures and react violently with water, air, and certain chemicals. Class D extinguishers are labeled with the letter D inside a star. Class K fires are fires in restaurant kitchens. In recent years, the restaurant industry has begun to use vegetable oils in their deep fat fryers. Class K extinguishers were developed to deal with these hotter oil fires in restaurant settings. It's important to understand the classes of fires for two reasons. First, to make certain you purchase the type of extinguisher you're most likely to need. And second, to make certain before you try to put out a fire that you have the right fire extinguisher at hand. If you do not know for sure what is burning, do not even try to extinguish a fire. Exit immediately and call the fire department from a neighboring home or business. Fire extinguishers are great tools for limiting the damage a fire can do if they are used under the right conditions. If you think you can fight a fire safely, go ahead and give the extinguisher a try. Here's what has to happen. First, call the fire department at 911 or tell someone else to do it. If you are at work, pull a fire alarm too. Only try to fight a fire that is small and contained. If the fire is spreading, leave the area immediately. Also try to use an extinguisher that is easy to reach and in working order. That is, it is fully charged. Also make sure the extinguisher is large enough to put out the fire within 8 to 10 seconds. That's how long you'll have, because most extinguishers completely discharge their extinguishing agent in under 10 seconds. Most portable fire extinguishers are fairly straightforward to operate. But if you don't know how to use the extinguisher you have, the time of the fire is not the time to learn. Only attempt to use an extinguisher you are familiar with. Don't start fighting the fire until everyone else has left the area or is leaving. Before you try to fight a fire, position yourself between the fire and an easy-to-reach exit. The exit should be at your back as you face the fire. Don't hesitate to quit if conditions change. If smoke fills the room, drop the extinguisher. Get on your hands and knees. Cover your nose and mouth with your shirt and crawl to the exit. The indispensable key to fighting fires safely is knowing how to use the extinguisher. If you're not very comfortable with operating instructions, don't even try to use the extinguisher. Different extinguishers have slightly different operations, but they are similar. Here are a few simple steps that apply to most extinguishers. Just remember, PASS. PASS is a memory device for the 4 basic steps of fire extinguisher use. P, pull the pin. A pin or latch locks the operating lever. Pull the pin or latch to free the lever. Stand 6 to 8 feet away from the fire. A, aim the extinguisher's nozzle or hose low at the base of the fire. S, squeeze the lever that operates the extinguisher. The extinguishing agent will immediately begin to discharge. S, sweep from side to side. The fire seems to be going out. Move carefully toward it as you continue to sweep side to side. Even after the fire appears to be out, keep an eye on the site until the fire department arrives. Firefighters should examine the site of any fire to be certain that it is completely out. At home, you should have a fire extinguisher in the kitchen, the basement, the garage, and the workshop. Also, it's a good idea to have one near the bedrooms and the living room, especially if any smokers live in the home, or if you use wood stoves or space heaters for heat. In your home, install fire extinguishers 3 to 5 feet off the ground, where adults can easily see and reach them. Teach kids that extinguishers are not toys and are not to be touched. If you use a bracket to hang your extinguisher, make sure the bracket is easy to open. A stable shelf or alcove is a good location. Never hide your extinguishers in a closet or cupboard. Store all extinguishers away from heat sources. Install extinguishers near the exits and between any likely source of fire and the exit. If you work in an office or other low fire risk setting, fire extinguishers are installed much as they are at home. They should be placed in kitchens, near machinery, and in hallways. In most communities, workplace fire extinguishers are subject to regulation. Your local fire department will be happy to assist you in selecting and installing fire extinguishers in your workplace. Fire extinguishers are generally easy to maintain. Make sure any moving parts are dust and corrosion free. Check extinguishers monthly to see that they are charged and full. Most ABC extinguishers are disposable and must be discarded after use. If their gauges show empty, they must be replaced. Rechargeable units must be recharged if their gauges indicate low charge. Most of us hope that if we found a fire burning, we could save the day by putting it out. But putting out a fire is not as simple as it seems. Fire is a major killer. It is hotter, faster, and more uncontrollable than many people think. At the same time, a knowledgeable adult with a working fire extinguisher can put out some small, containable fires. In the case of a fire, evacuate the building, call the fire department, or have someone else call, from a neighboring house or business, and then assess whether a small blaze can be put out with a fire extinguisher. Preparation and knowledge can make fire extinguishers your first defense against fire.